So today we'll be looking at central tendencies, and that's just a big fancy word to include mean, mode, median, range. So these are terms that you would have been familiar with from primary school. So mean, it refers to the sum of data values divided by the number of data points. So if you have 10 numbers, you will add all 10 numbers together and then divide their answer by 10. So that's what mean is all about. Mode represents the value that appears the most. So any number that you see appearing more than one time, and it's the number that appears the most, that is generally the mode. And the mode can also refer to, can be bimodal, trimodal, meaning you have two numbers that appear the most above one. So probably two numbers appear two times, and that's the most a number recurs. So that would be bimodal. Median, the number in the middle of an organized data set. So that means that once you're given a data set, you have to rearrange it in order from the smallest to the largest, or from the largest to the smallest. It doesn't really matter. And then you find the number that is in the middle of that data set. Now, that only applies when it's an odd number in the data set. So if you have 3, 5, 7 numbers, that will easily work. But if you have an even set of data, after you reorganize them, you'll have to take the two numbers that is found in the middle, add them together, and then divide it by 2. Range, the difference between the largest and the smallest data set. So the largest are the small. You take the largest number and the smallest number and subtract those that is found in the data set. So over on this side, I have an example that we'll go through so you can see these applying. And please know that this is the basic aspect of mean, mode, median, and range. You have other aspects or applications of it. So you have the grouped data. So this is an ungrouped data, but you have grouped data that you can find these values for. So we are only looking at ungrouped data for today. So median. So here it says that first rearrange the numbers and then take the one in the middle. So you look at your data set. So you see these, so you rearrange it. So 10, then 60 comes next, 80 and 80, and then 90 is last. Now, after you have rearranged them, you start taking from to find which number is in it. So generally what you can do, cross off the numbers. That's here. So one from each side, and you are going in until you have the last number. And that is our median. So our median is 80. Mode. Mode says the value that appears the most. Look at your data set. Which number appears the most? And that's 80. Mean. Sum of data values divided by the number of data points. So add all of these together. So you would have 80 plus 90 plus 80 plus 60 plus 10. So when you add all 5 of these now, so 80 and 80, that gives you 160. Plus 90 and 10, that's 100. So 160 plus 100, that's 260. Plus 60, that's 320. Now it's 5 numbers, so that's 320 divided by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, which is equal to 320 divided by 5. So 3 into that, 6. So 3 into 30, 6 times, and that would carry or bring over a group of 2 tens. So that would be, so it would be basically 5 into 20 next, so that's 4. So 64 is your answer. Range. The difference between the largest and the smallest number in the data set. So look at your data set. What is the largest one? You write that first. So in our case, that's 90. Then look again for the smallest one, 10. So it's 90 minus 10 equals 80. So that's the range. So that's how you calculate these numerical values. So median, mean, add up all the data, the numbers in your data set, and then you divide it by the number of data points. Mode, just look at your data set to see which one is there the most. Median, rearrange the data set, and then you find what number is in the middle. Then the final one, range. Simply look for the biggest number in your set, write it, subtract, and you search for the smallest one in your set, and you put that there. So this is how the basic aspects of mean, mode, median, and range are applied in mathematics. So thanks for watching, and tune in again with Mr. Brown when I explain other mathematical concepts.